Game of Thrones!
Episode 9, Battle of the Bastards.
Oh my god, I was waiting for this my entire life.
We start out in a very cool place where, you know, Daenerys is back and, you know, she's kind of like, Tyrion, did you fuck up? Did you fuck up? And when he's kind of like afraid for his life for a little bit, but when he realizes that, you know, she's not gonna feed him to her dragons, he's like, okay, like, listen, this isn't the worst thing in the world. We can fix this.
I think Daenerys is becoming a supervillain.
I still don't think so.
I don't know. Her arc this season has just been like become colder, you know? Like it's just like, I'm going to kill everyone to go, like, you know, like, because they talk about it in this episode, because Tyrion's like, so yeah, you know, your father was like talking about burning them all and like destroying cities and everything, like
he was gonna burn the good people and the bad people when the Lannisters knocked on the door.
I'm hoping that Tyrion can kind of keep a leash on the rage in her, because there is rage.
Well, you know what though? It's like, you know, the hero's journey where you have to learn how to find balance in your life, because she can't be like a huggy-feely, let's just talk it out. She has to have some iron behind what she says, but she also can't be the like burn everything to the ground type of person. So she does. She has those advisors. She has Jorah, she has Tyrion, she has Missandei and Grey Worm, who aren't like bloodthirsty, and they all kind of balance her out.
But she's still sitting on 3 gigantic nukes, and her first response to almost everything is to let them go.
But she never has, right? You know what I mean? This is the first time we've actually seen her use a dragon to fight something. Why has it taken 6 seasons? I was very happy to see her finally use her dragon fighting power, because it's like having a loaded gun for 5 seasons and never once shooting it off.
I'm just terrified of her bringing 3 dragons, a massive, ultimate, like, insane Dothraki horde, and her unsullied. Like, this is... It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Oh, it's already a bloodbath. They are not doing very well on their own. They are not. It's not gonna change anything. They, like, look at the Masters and like, yeah, okay, you brought some ships, but my dragon burns all your ships, and 2 of you are dead, and 1 of you is taking a message back home that slavery is over. So,
personally, my favorite scene with Dany was her and Yara.
Yes!
I was just like, yes! I ship this! Yara is just like so to the point. She's just like, yeah, so my uncle's also coming, and he's bringing you a big cock. And Dany just like quirks her eyebrow and is like, so no, you bring no marriage propositions? And Yara's just like, oh, if you want it. Now granted, Daenerys is also like, no more like raping and pillaging, and you're going to respect the sanctity of the 7 kingdoms, and Yara's just like, so like that's clearly like a
contention point.
A contention point, but I like them teaming up.
And I feel like Yara will keep people in line. Like,
and I think Tyrion is going to love her.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's the drinking buddy he's always wanted.
And she's a woman.
And they can go to the brothels together and they'll be
great.
Yeah.
I was just like giving Theon a dressing down.
Yeah.
Like, you did some pretty awful shit. And Theon's just like, yep. But I'm just so glad that they got there. And I'm like, I'm glad we didn't have to watch them get there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm glad that they beat their uncle. The big thing about this episode is the battle of Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton. Now, granted, they do really, really well with setting this up because they give us the build-up. We see the night before, like the War Council. Sansa gives Jon a serious talking to, being like, so you spoke to him once. Like, they had, like, the face-off, like, you surrender, no, you surrender bullshit.
I just want to point out that Lady Mormont was...
I know, she's on, like, I love her. Like, she's just there.
She died in that battle. I swear to God, people.
But Sansa rips into Jon. She's like, you spoke to him for, like, how many minutes, and you're convinced you know your enemy, and blah, blah, blah. I lived with him. I know how he thinks. I know what, like, he likes to cause pain. And Jon's like, we have to get Rickon back. And Sansa's like, we're not getting Rickon back.
And she's like, he's going to use what you love against you, and do not do what he wants you to do. Well, what does Jon do? But
exactly what. I liked the scene between Jon and Melisandre. Jon's being like, if I die, don't bring me back. And Melisandre's like, well, I will.
I'll have to try.
I'll have to try. The Lord of Light wants you alive. And he's like, why? Why does the Lord of Light want me alive? Like, what kind of cruel god would bring me back to die again? And I'm just thinking, George R.R. Martin. Tormund and Davos. Oh my god. It just, because Tormund's just like, come and drink with me the night before. I got this, like, goat's milk that's better than that grapefruit piss you people drink. And Davos is like, no, I don't. Like, no. And Tormund's like, what do you do before bed? And Davos is like, I walk.
So nobody sees me crap my pants. I had a list of people that were not allowed to die during this episode.
God. And that was the problem, because during this episode, I sat there like this, because I'm like, oh my god, like, anyone can die right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not going to kill Jon. I figured
they're
not going to kill Jon. They've already killed Jon. If they kill Jon, they're going to, like, what's the point?
Still, like, Tormund. Still Davos.
Tormund got, like, the spear at one point, and I, like, nearly flipped my laptop. But, okay, the battle itself, I loved it. It made me so uncomfortable. Like, the entire thing, I was, like, having minor, like, panic attacks. Just because how it was shot and just, like, it took what they did with Saving Private Ryan, like that level of immersion, and then dialed it up to 11 because it's just like claustrophobic and chaotic and loud and just dirty and just like
oh. Yeah, Kit Harington comes out just covered in mud, and you know you'll be like watching him fight someone, but you'll see somebody come up behind him and be about to like hit him with a mace, and then something else runs into that guy, and you're like, well, that was close, and then somebody else turns and is about to stab Jon, and then Jon sees them and turns around and
like the level of chaos that horses add, and just like
in movies that disturbs me so much. I'm just like, stop killing the horses, stop. Oh, like we're such awful like creatures that we put them through this. What the fuck is wrong with us? It just stresses me out.
Like I think my favorite part was when they all kind of get corralled and Jon is like getting buried alive under people and corpses. It was just so like, you don't, like, that's not something you see in films, because you're always focusing more on the, like, you know, the glory of the battle. It's like, oh, the horror of the battle is going to be showing the guy who's holding his guts that are, like, coming out, which we see, but in this, it's just, like, just the constant bodies and just the screaming and just, like, and I was
being, like, suffocated by violence.
You posted a video about how, like, practical effects in the battle, because it was the guy who directed the Hard Home episode, which was my favorite episode last season, and he, like, he managed to raise the bar. I didn't think he was gonna raise the bar. I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah. I watched the cracked video entitled, like, Jon Snow is an awful military commander, and I'm like, yeah.
And, like, other thing I liked was I liked how Ramsay was able to back up his claim in the fact that, like, we've seen him just being, like, disturbingly cruel on small levels, but to see him legitimately commanding a battle and actually using strategy, not just
being a dick,
was phenomenal, because I'm like, good, okay, so, like, like, that adds another layer of, like, how much I hate you. Because it's like, okay, like, you can do this job, you fucking little...
I just want you to die. Why do you keep making this difficult?
It looks grim. Everyone is, like, hurted, and, like, there's, like, the pile of corpses. I loved the piles of corpses.
Yeah.
Like, that was gross. And they're, like, and they're surrounded, and the pikemen are, like,
there's a phalanx just, like, encircling them and, like, slowly just killing them off as they close the circle.
And then friggin' Littlefinger Gandalf's the crap out of it.
He does.
With the Riders of Rohan.
Yeah.
Pay the fail.
Just like at the last moment when you're like sure that this is it and Ramsay looks like he's won, yeah. Sansa walks in with the veil and they just rip through like the unprotected backside of Ramsay's forces and you're like, thank God.
And like, okay, Littlefinger, old buddy, old pal. Again, brilliant play because, like, think about it. He shows up at the end. That's less losses on his part. He comes in looking like a hero. If he didn't show up, no one really would have known that he could have shown up. Like, he's just, guess what, Jon? You're now indebted to the crazy man.
I will take Littlefinger over Ramsay Snow any day. Like, that is the lesser of two evils by far.
Yeah, because Ramsay, he chaos and just pain, and we don't know what Littlefinger wants. Littlefinger does what Littlefinger does.
I'm pretty sure Littlefinger is good with keeping the body count as low as possible. At this point, I'll take it.
And one of the most satisfying scenes was to see the flayed man banner fall and the Stark banner go back up on the walls of Winterfell, and it's just like, thank you.
I have to say though, Ramsay really knows how to illuminate a battlefield. With all those flayed people just burning, I was like, points for staging, my friend. No one else accessorizes a battlefield like you do.
Oh my god.
Just like...
And so, like, they chase him into Winterfell, and the giant just breaks down the door, and rest in peace, giant. You were lovely and hilarious.
He was on my please don't kill list. Yeah, he went.
Ramsay shoots him in the eye.
I was so angry. I was like...
But that must have made what happened right after, where Jon basically climbs on top of him and just punches his face in.
Oh, that was satisfying as fuck.
And I was just like, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I don't want it to be Jon. It can't be Jon, because Jon hasn't had...
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have that connection.
The most he got was Rickon getting shot with the arrow, which was tame compared to everything else.
Like what Sansa went through.
But he's beating Ramsay's face in. I couldn't tell, but it looked like he had brass knuckles on. I was like, yes! Get him! And then he looks up.
Actually, during filming, he actually punched him a few times.
Oh.
By accident. Sansa's just like, where is he?
Well, yeah, because he, like, stops punching her when he sees Sansa, and then, you know, things are going on, and then Sansa's just like, yeah, what happened to him?
I think my favorite line in the episode is actually delivered by Ramsay, though, where he's just like, to Sansa, I'm a part of you now. And I'm like, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
But I love that she gets the best of him
Me
at
too.
the end. Like, he doesn't believe he's won, which is... Like, even though he has kind of won, he doesn't believe he's won, which is so satisfying when he goes out.
What I liked about it was how she used him against him, which I thought was cool, because technically not getting her hands dirty, but still,
like, definitely
is getting her hands dirty, because she's using one of his tactics, which just shows that she's
learning.
She's learned from him, and so the fact that her two biggest mentors are Littlefinger and Ramsay Bolton are like,
you're like, oh god.
I'm worried that she's going to go like full Lady Stoneheart.
I think she'll be okay.
I hope she's okay.
Like, what is she going to do, really? She's not going to start flaying people, like, walking around the castle late at night, like, let me just take some skin off. Like, she can't. But, like... I've loved that scene where he's like, my hounds won't hurt me, they're loyal to me. And she's like, yeah, but you didn't feed them in 7 days. I actually expected it to be Ghost. My hounds aren't loyal to me. Well, this one is.
Yeah. Satisfying, very satisfying.
It really was.
And Ramsay Bolton is dead. You got what you wanted. You got the two people that you wanted. Your two top on Arya's kill list. You got them.
Yeah. And, like, I'm surprised she didn't, like, light the place on fire and walk out as it, like, explodes behind her. That's how badass she looked walking away from his screams.
The fact that she smirked was, like, terrifying, too. Next episode is the season finale.
Yep.
Called The Winds of Winter.
The White Walkers are coming.
The White Walkers are coming. The White Walkers
I would like somebody other than Jon and the Wildlings to friggin' pay attention. That's never gonna happen.
No. Because nobody downstairs in the south gives a damn about the White Walkers.
I just want us to start working towards an ending.
Yeah.
Can we, like, wrap this up in another 2 seasons?
Yeah. You don't want to drag it out too much longer.
No. And, like, you've been threatening certain things, like Daenerys using her dragons as a weapon, and, you know, the White Walkers coming for, like, season upon season upon season, and, like, it's like, let's start getting these things in play now.
My question is, could it be, this is like a really not real great prediction, but so you know how Bran has been marked by the Night's King? Mm-hmm. Could it be that when Bran crosses the wall, the Night's King will be able to cross the wall because, you know, he can follow Bran through anything, and if the wall falls, and that's how the season ends. Because then, like, all the White Walkers can, like... Because I know in the books they were talking about supposedly this horn that'll bring the wall down
yeah.
that we've never mentioned in the TV show. So could this, like, the Bran thing be, like, the workaround? Because, like, then, okay, like, the wall falls at the end of this season. The winds of winter are coming. And everyone's screwed.
Yeah. If that happens, I'd be like, good, thank you, we're getting somewhere. People, be scared of the White Walkers now. Enough of this infighting. I want to know how many wildlings are left, because we lost a shit ton on that battlefield. One more episode. Tell us what you thought, because, oh my god, was that great. So great. Bye, guys.